Well, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're all well. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. But listen, now it's time to get back at it. So if you are here, first of all, if you're here as a guest, a very special welcome to you. And if you're here as already a member of this very unusual, very exciting project, welcome to you as well. We are going to probably spend, I would guess, maybe 35 minutes. This is a full presentation incorporating a variety of elements of this project. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on a little tech right at the beginning, talking about some new technology that's going to be essentially affecting all of our lives moving forward. Then we're going to talk about this platform built atop that new tech, and then we're going to talk about how you can monetize it. Most important in a home-based business, how you can put some dollars in your jeans, how you can do it quickly, and how you can do it consistently on a recurring way. That's going to be our focus. So, without any further ado, let's start doing. Okay, first of all, let's talk a little bit about the first version of the internet. Now, this goes way back to 1989. This was essentially a read-only space. There was not a lot of content that was being provided outside, certainly not a lot of user-generated content. That came with Web 2.0. So this changed things very significantly. A lot more dynamic activity with users generating content. This was really the foundational birthplace of social media, love it or hate it. And this leads us ultimately to Web 3.0. Now, a lot of people are excited about 3.0 because really this is where we're starting to focus on building things on top of blockchain technology. This is where we're focused on a decentralized internet for everyone and by everyone. In fact, a lot of times you talk about disruption caused by the blockchain, for example. Maybe you've read an article talking about how the legal profession is going to change, and many professionals in that space, or in real estate, or anything where the determination of ownership requires some sort of professional intervention. Of course, the blockchain is going to change a lot of that. But that doesn't mean jobs are lost. It simply means an evolution of many professions. And we're going to talk a little bit about that right now. First of all, now, McKinsey & Company has written a really interesting article talking about value creation in the metaverse. And the metaverse specifically is the technology that we're going to talk about that's being built atop of Web 3.0. It's projected to be our next multi-trillion dollar megatrend. Now, 5 trillion in valuation projected by 2030. I mean, 2030, listen, I don't want to say it's right around the corner because it's not. That's a few years away still, but that's incredible growth in a very short period of time. So, what essentially is the metaverse and why is it causing so much disruption? Well, listen, it's actually quite easy to wrap your head around. It just feels a little bit strange because up until now, from 1989 until now, we've been dealing with the internet, well, as a two-dimensional thing, two-dimensional space. It doesn't matter what screen you're watching, some sort of a presentation, or you're watching videos, you're reviewing your emails. It's always two dimensions, width and height. The Web3 and the metaverse is bringing a third dimension to the internet. Now that sounds a bit science fiction. It's bringing depth. You can actually go into an immersive environment, be surrounded by the internet. That's what the metaverse is bringing. Now, the neat thing about this is young people have been playing in this space already for years. About 2 million unique visitors every single day by preschool age kids with a platform called Roblox, and it's growing and growing and growing. If your kids or even yourself ever played Fortnite, well, that's done in a metaverse environment. And now we're looking to bring the metaverse to grown-ups, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. But before we get into it, I want to play a very short video for you. This is only 3 minutes long. It's going to talk about some of the disruption that's going to be caused by a three-dimensional internet.
The metaverse is the next multi-trillion-dollar megatrend. It'll bring with it the next generation of the internet and new ways to experience and interact with the world. This technology shift is creating new economies, new products and services, and even new digital assets that owners can control and profit from. Metaverse development is moving full speed ahead for companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Google, who are making massive investments in this astounding technology. The world's best-known and most popular brands are also lining up to be included. The following is a list of industries expecting a change from the metaverse. Conferencing and events. The global video conferencing market was valued at $7 billion in 2022 and is projected to reach $17 billion by 2030. In June 2022, Forbes magazine asked the question, "Is the metaverse the future of live events and conferencing?" With virtual event planners reporting an increasing demand for more interactive online experiences where users can participate in fully immersive conference calls and meetings, the answer is a resounding yes. The ability to transcend location and even languages will change the way we connect with each other. Education. The metaverse will take learning and discovery to a new level. Rather than the tedious monotony of sitting at a desk, learning will become active. Students will travel to new places, experience times in history, and fully immerse themselves in a three-dimensional world for every exciting new lesson. Travel and experiences. The northern route of Mount Everest is mapped and ready for your ascent. The deepest tombs within the Great Pyramids are not open to the public, but they are open for you to explore without leaving your living room. Dive through crystal-clear underwater caves or enjoy peaceful sights and sounds as you meditate in a forest grove. Surrounding you in high-definition virtual reality, the list of adventures is almost limitless. Socializing and networking. The metaverse will bring new forms of social interaction and collaboration, allowing people to communicate and work together in ways never before possible. Your social media apps will also take on a completely new dimension as you immerse yourself fully in 3 dimensions rather than just flipping through posts on a phone screen. Imagine a dating app having its own coffee shop, club, or list of activities for you to meet new people for the first time before connecting in person. Gaming. Gaming within the metaverse is expected to grow from $22.7 billion USD to a record $119 billion within only 5 years. The reason is obvious to gamers: sitting in front of a laptop or becoming a 3-dimensional part of the action. This enormous industry is set to explode again. Why should any of this interest you? Moguls is encompassing many of these new industry breakthroughs into our own metaverse. When you share any of these new experiences with others, you earn rewards. When someone in your network shares with others, you earn again. And you will continue to earn rewards as your network grows. You'll also receive your own hub account, a tracking system wallet where you can spend, transfer, and withdraw your rewards. This new virtual landscape will change the way you socialize, learn, and earn. Welcome to Moguls.
So let's take a second and introduce you to what exactly is being developed by whom. Moguls is a team of professionals specializing in Web 3.0, the blockchain smart contracts, and metaverse development. In fact, the team behind the project has developed metaverse environments for other companies multiple times, and now they're excited to finally be developing one for themselves. And what they're looking to build is the world's first metaverse for entrepreneurs. Now, you'll notice in the second paragraph, it says it's called the Metasphere. It's been nicknamed by the tech guys, the Metasphere. And so you're going to hear that term over and over throughout this presentation. Now, the priority is simple. As an environment for adults and an environment for entrepreneurs to create opportunities to earn rewards and to profit through every stage of development. All right, first of all, let's talk about how that's done. It's done in the development, the earning of sphere rewards. Now, sphere rewards can be generated in many different ways: activities, contests, promotions, giveaways, and so on and so forth. They can also be generated through the sales of MetaMogul's products. And you're going to see in a moment that's going to include avatars to move through this 3-dimensional immersive space, and also digital real estate, which is the first really significant development that's going to be available in the Metasphere. Now, secondly, spending. Of course, you can use your earned rewards to become a property baron, for example. We could say property mogul, where you will acquire multiple pieces of real estate. You can acquire active NFTs, land, avatars, a variety of other things as well. It also gives you the ability to participate in a number of different activities that can also generate sphere rewards for you. Now, most importantly, of course, is being able to transfer those sphere rewards to the real world. After all, this is a home-based business. You need to put dollars in your pocket for this to be considered successful. So right now you're withdrawing as cryptocurrencies, and very soon the platform is looking to roll out its very own debit card. It's looking to roll that out as close to globally as it possibly can. In the longer term, they're also wanting to have fiat solutions for members as well, so that if you choose to simply have a bank-to-bank wire your results right into your bank account, you're able to do that. Okay, this next video is only 90 seconds long, but it's going to give you a bit of a sneak peek behind the digital curtain as to what's being built out right now.
The metaverse is coming and is commanding serious attention from the global business community and individuals alike. It is on track to become the next multi-trillion megatrend. Welcome to the Meta Mogul's Metasphere, a virtual world for aspiring moguls. There are 3 easy steps to success. Step 1. Choose your avatar. Every Meta Mogul avatar is totally unique and made in 3D and is VR ready. Avatars are released in limited runs, with the first series ready for release. Step 2. Buy your land. The Metasphere is separated into 4 distinct areas. Mogul City, Beachfront, Mountains, and Countryside. Carefully select the area you wish to hold land. Each separate region unlocks its own unique benefits and rewards. Step 3. Build your empire. Start with a custom home and expand your empire from there. Grab additional limited run NFTs as they become available to customize both your avatar and your land. Each NFT you acquire is connected to your growing empire via smart contract, so they can begin generating rewards to you immediately. See you in the Metasphere.
So the young lady that was narrating that video shared 3 steps in this process with us. And step number 1 was to choose an avatar. Now, you saw in the video that these are full 3-dimensional characters. They're VR ready, head to toe. They're built on ERC 721A smart contracts, and there are 4 separate series. And those series are Select, Premier, Silver, and Gold. Now, at the end of this presentation, in a few minutes, we'll walk through an itemized list to help you separate the benefits from one versus another. Step number 2 was buy your land. She'd also mentioned that the Metasphere is separated into 4 distinct areas: Mogul City, Mountains, Countryside, and Waterfront, and that each area actually has its own unique benefits and rewards. So it'll be a little bit of a puzzle deciding which is most appropriate for you based on how you want to benefit, how you want to monetize the platform. And step number 3 is to build your empire. And this is really where we move into what we refer to as active NFTs. Now, these are NFTs that can generate sphere rewards for you automatically, simply through holding or owning them. So we'll talk more about those in a minute as well. The other thing we want to focus on is the Founders Towers itself, or themselves. In fact, this is the epicenter of Mogul City. And what you're looking at is the first step of the process of building these spaces out. A conventional architectural firm is actually employed, a firm that has built commercial real estate projects in the past. And so they take the same approach in designing this that they would if they were designing a physical building in the center of a city. So the towers themselves are all laid out. The surrounding lands are laid out, how they're going to be constructed, how all the suites, how all the penthouse units, where they fit, etc., and so forth. The other thing they do is there's a heavy focus on usability. So this, for example, is representing a connecting space. So we'll call it a connecting plaza between arms from 2 separate towers. Now, this one happens to be on the 90th floor. And in fact, the 90th floor is what separates 2 different styles of suites. We'll introduce you to those styles in just a moment. The most important thing for you need to know is that these spaces are essentially being built out in 3 dimensions. So whether you have a set of VR goggles or not, you will be able to use these spaces socially, recreationally. You'll be able to have fun with them. You'll also be able to use them for business purposes as well. In fact, if you want to, you can issue a guest pass to a non-member and allow them to walk through the space with you. Now, if they do not have a VR headset, and let's face it, most people don't, they would simply flip open their laptop computer and use the arrow keys on their keypad to navigate the space along with you. You can have conversations. You can walk as you talk. You could sit down at one of these tables or booths. You could walk up to the glass rail in the forefront of the shot and peer over the edge and see the traffic 90 stories below. You can move through the space just as though you're there. Now, why are we doing this? Well, it's very simple, actually. One of the easiest ways to be able to essentially make a sale, encourage someone to be part of a project that you're part of, is for them to experience it with you. And to be able to issue a guest pass to friends, as many guest passes ultimately as you want. We'll talk more about that in a minute as well. And simply show something off that can provide real value, real entertainment, real amusement, real business applications as well. It brings some real value to the table. And so let me first of all explain that this is an architectural rendering, just like the previous drawing. So this is the traditional architectural firm that maps out each one of these suites. Now, this one is representing a junior suite, which is the smallest piece of real estate in the tower. So they build these out in 2 dimensions, and then they also use software to build them out in 3 dimensions. And that's what we just took a short tour through. Now, this 3-dimensional render and the 2-dimensional drawings go to the second set of engineers, and they focus on building an Unreal Engine. So that's a piece of software we use to build inside the metaverse, to bring everything to life. So these are only line drawings. These are not focusing on textures or, for example, the way light moves through a space. This is just very simple, straight to the point. And then what the 3D artists do is they start introducing a look and a feel to a space. For example, you can see in this case, it would be a marble floor. There's a lot of glass and a lot of gold textured treatments. You can see city views, obviously, because the city is part of the whole experience. You can see some of the applications they've added to the ceiling in this case. And by the way, what you're looking at is some of the concept drawings for a penthouse series. So the suite is what we just took a tour through. And as we start looking into bigger and bigger units that provide more and more value for the owner, a library, for example, with an office, you can see games room where friends could sit down and actually play a game of poker with each other, or any type of card game, even if they live in different countries wrapped around the world. To be able to sit with a friend or visit with a friend while you're playing a game of 9-ball would be something that'd be a lot of fun. To have spaces where you can do meditation in your own suite. These types of things, when you're able to bring people into these spaces and show them off. And then, of course, when you're able to tell them, by the way, one of the perks of ownership is this piece of property, this digital real estate, is earning Sphere Rewards for me automatically every single day of the week. Not a bad way to share a project. Okay, so let's walk through. Now, the first thing we're going to do is focus just on the 4 different types of suites. And the reason is that the Penthouse series, you'll learn in just a few minutes, is going to be rolling out in Q2 of next year. So first of all, you'll see the NFT. Now, this is a key card. So this would be, obviously, you'd be familiar with these anytime you've stayed in a hotel. Electronic key card to get into your room. Well, this is the actual NFT that contains all the metadata of property ownership. So included in this key would be metadata around which of the 3 towers you're in, because each of them have a different theme, what floor you're on, and then ultimately where your suite is located within the tower. Now, above that is essentially an outline of the shape of the suite. If you remember that video we toured through, the door at the bottom, the slightly curved glass at the front, and then, of course, the benefits. Every junior suite generates Sphere Rewards for you. You have a maximum in this floor plan of 5 guests plus yourself in there at any one time, and up to 20 monthly guest passes to show this place off to others. Now, when you move to a suite, you can see it's about 30% larger than a junior suite. I can earn 2 times the active Sphere Rewards, and to take advantage of that space, I can have up to 10 guests in that one space at any time. I also get double the guest passes, and I also receive what we call an additional Metasphere key. Now, this is important because you, for example, may have a business partner that doesn't own a suite, but perhaps they live in a different time zone than you. Perhaps they want to show that off when you're busy doing family things or other activities. And if they're part of your team and they're generating sales by using that key pass and showing your digital real estate off, well, they're earning, but of course, in a network marketing model, you're earning as well, even if you're not working. The executive series. Now, this is larger yet, 4 times the active Sphere Rewards, 15 guests at any one time, more guest passes, and additional Metasphere keys. These keys are really going to come in handy because when we start engaging in the common space, when, for example, your children or your grandchildren might be interested in running around inside the space, when we have nonviolent gaming for them. So this is family-friendly activity for everyone. When there are things like treasure hunts where they can run around and look for a chest of Sphere Rewards, which of course would automatically be paid to you in your account because they're in through your account. But you can give one of those Metasphere keys away to whomever you want, and then you can reclaim it, of course, because ultimately you're the master of the space. And then the luxury suite is the last of the suites. And you can see it's considerably larger yet. The other thing that a luxury suite does is this is your first opportunity to experience outside from inside a suite. So it's got an active balcony where you can slide open those large glass door walls and go inside or outside. It generates 8 times the active Sphere Rewards that a junior suite does, 20 guests at any one time, 100 monthly guest passes, and 4 Metasphere keys. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the benefits of ownership. Now, the first and most important thing you need to understand is there's some pretty serious technology that's wrapped around these NFTs. The first, as I've already mentioned, is all the metadata is built right into this NFT. But the second is that wrapped around this are smart contracts that allow you to transfer the property and all of the rewards to someone else. Now, why is this important? Well, if you wanted to will this, if you wanted to sell it, if you wanted to gift it, you can do all 3 of those things. Perhaps you purchased a suite and you've held it for 6 months and you've been generating Sphere Rewards, earning money with it every single day for the past 6 months, and you want to move into a larger space. So you thought, you know what, I'm going to sell my suite and use some of those funds to move into larger space. You can absolutely do that. Now, I want to show you essentially how we're going to monetize this platform for maximum results. But before we do that, let's focus on a little short disclaimer. All of the income that I'm going to share with you are for information purposes only. Okay. The company can make no projections as far as guaranteed income. Individual results may vary greatly depending on a number of factors. And of course, some of them are your work ethic, some of them are your skill level, some of them are your database, who you have access to in that database, et cetera, and so forth. And then the company has no historical data with which to provide accurate earning information. Now, over time, the financial department and the legal team will compile information for you based on the different levels of achievement of the project and what the average income is within each of those levels. All right, so the first thing you need to understand is something we call the hub. Now, the hub is essentially, it's how you manage your entire experience within MetaMoguls. So any avatar you own, any custom NFT you own, any prizes or contests or promotions that you were in or you've won, all managed from inside this space. As you share the platform with others, your team is managed inside here. Anything to do with the project is all managed inside here, including, of course, converting Sphere Rewards to another form of currency and ultimately putting that in your pocket. Now, a one-time per year cost of $29.95 gets you the hub and all of the features and benefits that go with it. Okay, so as far as monetizing the platform goes, there are 3 very powerful earning structures. Now, one of the first one that you have access to, and the one that can generate some very significant rewards for you, is called immediate. And you can tell from the icon that is a Sphere Reward in the center with an arrow pointing directly to you. So you get immediate earnings from avatars and from Founders Towers Suite. So let's run you through both of these really quickly. Okay, the first thing that you'll notice down the left-hand side, top to bottom, are the images that represent the 4 different series of avatars that I introduced you to a few minutes ago. First thing you need to note, every single avatar is unique. Even though there are images representing each series, there is no 2 avatars that look alike. They're all different. Very important. The other thing you need to know, this is important, through all products, you could earn to a maximum of 12 levels in a unilevel. This creates for explosive potential, the possibilities of exponential growth, where you can, well, just create a remarkable salary for yourself and potentially could replace a full-time income if that's something you aspire to. The other thing you need to note, the avatar that you start with is going to determine how deep that you can earn in the 12 level unilevel when it comes to avatar sales. However, through making those personal sales, if you started with a select series avatar, you can still unlock all the way to 12 levels simply through making sales. The last thing I want you to pay attention to on this slide, take a look at Premier, Silver, and Gold, and notice there's a heavy weighting of earnings on levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, the reason this is being done is simple. We know the technology, the products and the services, i.e. the metaverse and all of the interest that that is creating is going to attract a lot of people that have no prior experience when it comes to network marketing or home-based business. And so as such, we wanted to make sure that they could earn well and they could earn quickly. And to add to that, one of the things the company has done is created something it calls a PACE bonus. Now, the PACE bonus revolves around avatar sales exclusively. But what it does is as soon as you make 3 personal sales, the company will permanently double your earnings on levels 1 and 2. In other words, if a select series avatar shows up on your level 1 or 2, instead of earning 25 sphere awards, you're going to earn 50. With a Premier, instead of earning 50, you're going to earn 100. You're going to earn 200 instead of 100 for silver and 300 instead of 150 for gold. Remember, these are all pegged to $1. So these are very, very significant earnings as one of these avatars shows up in your genealogy. And remember, it can show up anywhere between levels in 1 through 12 and you will earn. But when it shows up on levels 1 and 2, you're going to earn double. Very big deal. Now, the other thing you need to note, you can see, for example, the avatar representing you in the center off to the right-hand side. Now, first of all, that your level 1 is always represented by your personal friends. You'll have your own replicated link that you can share with others from your Hub account, right on the dashboard of your Hub account. It's plain as day. You share that with your friends. When they click on that link and they register, that person is on your level 1. And then, of course, when they share a project with others, those people are on their level 1, which is, of course, your level 2. And that's how those are populated. Now, the immediate earnings that come from the Founders Tower are equally substantial. But what's happening in this case with all 4 of these suites that you will notice that there is a 20% fast start reward bonus that's being paid out. In other words, 20% of the value of each of these suites, $750, $1,500, $3,000, and $6,000, 20% of that is immediately going into a rewards plan. It's a very substantial amount. So you'll notice also level 1 is paying out 10% of the 20, and then levels 2, 3, and 4 are paying out the other 10%. So let's give you a bit of example. We'll use the least expensive suite as an example. That's the junior suite. So let's say in this case, on your level 1 is the 3 friends that you chose to share this platform with. We're going to do a very simple 3 friends share with 3 friends model. Okay. One of the reasons we use a 3 share with 3 model is ultimately, as that continues to grow exponentially, it's going to unlock every single reward, every perk, every bonus that the company has to offer. That's all that you need to do. If you want to share with 3 friends and that grows exponentially, it will unlock everything. All right. So on your level 1 would be 3 friends. On your level 2 would be their 3 friends. So 3 friends share with 3. On your level 3, their friends. And on your level 4, their friends. Now, if you look at this process, now this may take a month, it may take 3 months, it may take 6 months. You essentially have built a team of 120 people by starting with 3 friends yourself. Now let's take a look how the fast start pays. Remember, 10% on level 1. So you have 3 people on your level 1. 10% of a $750 product is 75, earning you 225 sphere awards. Now remember, the second 10% is allocated between levels 2, 3, and 4. So what you have is accumulated earnings as those teams grow for a total of more than 3,000 sphere awards. The thing that's important here is that you've earned more than 4 times the price of your purchase, if assuming you purchased a junior suite. Now, this creates some possibilities for you. You can throw all of this into your genes. If you want to, though, and you want to continue to exploit the added utility of larger suites. In other words, being able to fit more people into the suites, have more use benefits of the suites, and also be able to have more Metasphere passes, etc., you may choose to use some of your earnings and buy a larger unit. Now, when we get into the penthouse series, this is really where you're going to see some incredibly large spaces. And again, with the fast start paying as well as it does, we are really, you're meant to use those fast start dollars to be able to move into the penthouse series as well, not be out of pocket. So you take a look at a junior penthouse, for example, that's $12,000, and you'll notice 10% on level 1 and the next 10% shared amongst levels 2, 3, and 4. And that same model operates exactly the same way all the way through to a luxury penthouse. So if we use an example here again with the smallest of these, there's your team of 120 started with you, sharing with 3, and here are your earnings. Now, 1,200 in this case for every single sale. You had 3 on your level 1, but you can have as many as you like. On your level 2, 3, and 4, you'll also see increased earnings as your team grows for a total of more than 50,000 sphere rewards. 50,000 from just the first 4 levels of a 12-level rewards plan. It creates incredible opportunities. You can throw all of that in your pocket, or you can acquire a larger piece of real estate and throw some of it in your pocket. It's entirely up to you. Okay, the next thing we're going to shift gears to is what we call active earnings. Now, if you take a look at the icon in the center of that green box, it's significantly different than immediate. It has arrows that are circling it. In other words, it's implying that the income or the rewards that you generate in the active earning structure continue to come your way. They come over and over and over again. That's exactly the case. Let me explain this to you. So, active direct rewards. Now, this is through property ownership. Okay, so this is the Founders Tower. First of all, you can generate sphere rewards every single month just through property ownership. Up to, I'll show you right now for a junior suite, up to 25 sphere rewards per month, up to 50, up to 100, and up to 200 for a luxury suite every single month. Now, the other thing you'll notice as the penthouse series becomes available, it continues to grow up to 400 for a junior penthouse, up to 800, 1600, and up to 3200 sphere rewards every single month for a luxury penthouse. So again, this is why when I mentioned earlier, being able to use those fast start rewards and move into larger pieces of real estate is a significant advantage for you, especially when you start to see the utility that we're going to include in those larger pieces. In other words, for example, if you recall, a luxury suite could have 20 people at any one time in there. Well, when we move into the larger penthouses, you could have 100 guests or more at any one time. Now, this all of a sudden becomes a resource. This is a piece of real estate that you own in the metaverse that you could, for example, rent out as an extra income source. Well, who would want to rent a space that holds 100 or 200 people at any one time? Well, who wouldn't? Any author, any presenter, any promoter, any educator, anyone who has an audience. Can you imagine the excitement that would create with their followers if they say, hey, we have a special event inside a penthouse inside the Metasphere. Tickets go on sale now. You can get your ticket at this particular location, and we've got our own ticketing center that goes with the Metasphere. Well, guess what's happening to those ticket sales? Obviously, some of that is going to the person who rented the space, who's putting all the time and energy into the event, but absolutely some of that is going to you as well. All right, now all of the earnings when it comes to active direct are going to be paid out Mondays to Fridays. All right, so Monday to Friday over the course of generally 4 weeks, 22 days, business days in a month to get the totals that you see in front of you. The other thing that's important to note is it takes 17 days after a piece of real estate is purchased before it starts generating sphere rewards for you. And last thing, there is no set guaranteed time frame for earning sphere rewards with suites or penthouses. This is really important. Now, the reason this is here is there are many online projects where you purchase something and you can earn, let's say, up to a certain amount, maybe 1x or 2x or 3x times the value of your purchase, and then you need to purchase it again. That is not the case here. Once you own a suite or a penthouse, you own it for life. It's all built right into the smart contract information. It cannot be taken away from you unless you sell it or will it or gift it to someone else, but you're always in control of that. All right, so let's take now a look at a very significant portion of the active earning. And that is a matching part, a matching bonus. Okay. So this is a 90-day boosted matching rewards. This is also very important because over 90 days, the amounts I'm going to share with you are given to you for every single piece of real estate that shows up inside your 12-level unilevel. Okay. Now, remember when we were going through the avatar, select, premier, silver, all right, none of those pay to 12 levels depth. You could earn your way there, though. The suites are a little bit different. Every single one of these pieces of real estate all pay 12 levels deep. This is very important. 7.5 sphere rewards for every junior suite that shows up, 15 for every suite, 30 for an exec, and 60 for a luxury. When the penthouse series becomes available, 120, 240, 480, and up to 960 sphere rewards for every luxury penthouse. This is a very big deal because these amounts you see on the screen, the total amount will be paid to you over 90 days on Mondays to Fridays. And when that total amount is paid, then the next matching bonus takes over. So in other words, for each of these pieces of real estate that show up in your 12-level unilevel, not only are you earning from the boosted bonus that you see here, but you will continue to earn from the next bonus on the following slide. So first of all, you need to understand that 3 personal sales are required to unlock your 90-day boosted. Now, 3 personal sales totaling $3,000. Now, if that was 3 junior suites, for example, for each of your friend, junior suite 1, junior suite 2, and junior suite 3, obviously that would not be 3,000, that'd be 2,250 in total sales. However, if you also own a junior suite, your personal sale also accounts in the $3,000 total, you would have it met. Or, for example, someone purchases a suite and 2 others have junior suites, that's $3,000. You don't have to have a sale to continue to unlock this and earn from this. Now, the final bonus, and this is really interesting, this bonus, because again, this pays you to 12 levels in depth. The animation is only showing you 3 levels, but it continues well beyond that. And if you take a look at the green text in the paragraph on the left side of your screen, it gives you a basic breakdown of how this works. A suite owner within your 12-level unilevel would earn, in this example, 240 sphere reward. This is their active direct rewards, okay? Let's say this person earned 240 active direct, so that went straight to them. A 50% match of that would go into this unilevel. Now, a 50% match of 240 is 120. And then the 120 amount for that particular piece of property is divided by 12 because there are 12 levels in the unilevel. Now, we want to make sure that you can earn from every single piece of real estate in your team. And that's why we divide this by 12. So you can earn from all levels and others are earning from this as well. So it's a fantastic way as your team continues to grow and it continues to expand that you're earning from all of these reoccurring sphere reward totals every single month that the owners of the property are generating active direct rewards. All right, so I'm going to give you a very, very quick summary here. And in this case, this summary is using an executive suite as an example. So perhaps you started with a junior suite, you earned fast start rewards, and you bumped yourself up to an executive. In this case, you need to know, first of all, every executive suite pays up to 100 sphere rewards each month. Now, the fast start, if you recall, the fast start bonus would be 10% of the value of the suite. In this case, an executive suite at $3,000, meaning that would be $900 earned by you. $300 times 3 customers or 3 people on your level 1. Now, remember, then the next 10% is split between levels 2, 3, and 4. So that would be $100 per level. 9 people on your level 2, 900 sphere rewards for you. 27 on your level 3, 2,700 sphere rewards for you. 81 on your level 4, 8,100 sphere rewards for you. Now that creates obviously a total of more than 12,000 sphere rewards. Not bad for just a fast start bonus. This is where things get a little bit crazy because in addition to the active direct and the fast starts, your 90-day matching reward, remember, contributes into your 12-level unilevel. 30 sphere rewards for every single executive suite. So for example, if there's 3 people on your level 1 that have them, that's 90 for you. You would notice obviously 270 on level 2. And again, this is just a 3 friends sharing with 3 friends model. And I'm only going to show this to 8 levels in depth, but I want you to see what happens as this team continues to grow by multiples of 3. Please pardon the animation there. take a look at these totals. Now, obviously, this is a significant size team. This is showing a team of approximately 9,000 people. But look at this earnings just over 90 days. This would be around, if you look at these, add these together, looks like it's closing in on 300,000 sphere rewards. Now, these again would be paid to you over those 90 days that each of those properties show up in your genealogy. But remember, every single piece of real estate, and some members may have multiple pieces, every single piece will continue to earn active direct rewards for the owner and the 50% match going into your unit level. Okay. So the last that we have to share with you is recurring. We're not going to spend any time on this right now, but I will tell you towards the end of next year when this rolls out, it's going to be a bonus to be very excited about. And then let's talk a little bit about some of the benefits for these avatars that I'd mentioned before. Now, the thing you need to understand is that you do not need to own an avatar to start making money selling avatars. And you do not need to own an avatar to start making money selling suites. You do need an avatar when the metaverse goes live to go inside your suite. You need a representation. You need a character to be able to go into the space and show the place off. You need it to be able to go have games with friends, to participate in activities, to earn bonuses, etc. So you do not need an avatar to get started. You can represent the company, sell any product you want, and put immediate dollars in your pocket for $29.95. Okay. All right. First thing you'll notice right across the top of each of these is a whitelist spot collection. What the heck is a whitelist? Well, when you start hearing about different active custom NFTs that are becoming available, for example, in that video, remember that young lady narrating? It showed a sports car screaming through the city. Well, that's an active custom NFT. So that's a sports car that not only can you use to move around the space, but it also generates sphere rewards for you every day, Monday to Friday. If you see something, that's exactly what I want, you could use your whitelist to make sure you're on the list to get one. Remember, any single time a piece of real estate was shared, the fast start bonus was 10%, all active NFTs. There's activity point bonuses as you move up the Avatar series ladder as well. Now take a look at about 2/3 of the way down the series list. You'll also notice that there is a share of airdrop tokens. 25%, it's an allocation. So 25% of that allocation is going to go to anyone who owns a silver NFT, a silver avatar specifically. You'll also notice you're earning in a percentage of land sales as well. Now on the gold series, as we go through this itemized list, you'll notice that 75% of that allocation are going to go to anyone that owns the gold series avatar. The other thing is you're also going to earn from land sales as well with a gold avatar. Now, keep in mind that both of these are limited edition. And when the first of gold and the first of the silver are sold out and the second run happens, that token allocation is not going to be part of the benefits list for the avatars in the second series. Okay. Last but certainly not least, as you start to move your way through the ranks, now it's avatar sales specifically that are driving this volume. One of the things you'll notice is reaching mini mogul. We were just celebrating all of our moguls just recently in last month's corporate call. And then as we started, we also had a series of junior moguls that we were celebrating that have also won sphere reward totals. Well, mini mogul has the ability to customize any one of the avatars that they own. Very important prize to receive when you first hit that first rank. When you hit Boss Mogul, you will receive an additional 5,000 sphere rewards paid to your hub account. Elite Mogul will unlock 50,000 sphere rewards paid to your hub account, and Mega Mogul will unlock 500,000 sphere rewards paid to your hub account. Last but certainly not least, is how do I get started? Well, if you are here as a guest, of course, the person that asked you to be here has their own referral link. It's part of their hub account, and they can simply share it with you. You register, in you go. Decide which avatar you want to start with, or which piece of real estate you want to start with, or simply enroll for $29.95, start making sales, and put those earnings for fast starts immediately into your hub account. Last thing is I would give some thought as to which friends that you would like to share the platform with, because this is going to get you that first step towards hitting your first rank and then moving through the rank ladder and earning those additional sphere rewards. So with that, I want to thank you all very, very much for being here. There's a couple of questions. I will have a read through. And if anyone else has anything they want to ask, please feel to type that in there as well. Hey, John, good day to you as well. So I have a Mogul series, a silver series. Congratulations to that. I hope you like the look of it. It's in my MetaMask. And it was gifted to you. Oh, wonderful. Okay. No, you absolutely can. Absolutely, you can sell that. So one of the things that you want to do, John, just to get a sense, is go to OpenSea as an example, and then go ahead and type in MetaMoguls, spelling it properly, M3ta Moguls, and then you'll have a look at all of the silver series NFTs that have been minted, all of the golds that have been minted, etc. Now, I don't think there's any silver that are for sale. All the members are wanting to keep them, but if you wanted to list it on the marketplace, that's where you would do it. Anonymous is asking, can we see suite sales in our back office? Yes, it hasn't gone live yet, but what I saw recently in a chat was the tech team was asking for the icons for the junior suite all the way through to luxury suite. And just like you see avatar sales show up, you're going to see those icons for the suites show up in your back office as well. So the answer is yes, you'll be able to see that. Not only that, you'll be able to see how you're generating matching rewards from any piece of real estate that's in your back office as well. Any other questions at all? These are just the 3 comments we've got so far. All right, well, listen, please enjoy the rest of your Monday. If it's Tuesday morning for you early, I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Remember, on Wednesday, we always get together on Wednesday for trainings. We're going to talk a little bit more real estate. We're going to talk a little bit more bonuses to really get these earnings, how you generate them clear in your head. So that is Wednesday, same link and the same time. And the next live presentation is on Friday with a recording of this new presentation where we're talking real estate and avatars. That's going to be live on your Empire's site very, very soon. Thanks again, everyone. Enjoy.